I'm a big JoJo Bizarre Adventure fan. I've watched part 1 to 6, and I'm currently reading Steel Ball Run, and it's pretty good. But anyways, every single JoJo fan, they ask this one question. If you don't know the question, then like, what did you click on? The thumbnail. What would my stand be if I acquired it in some way? Yeah. What would my stand be? So I based it on myself, but I have like a stand user in mind that could fit in part 9. So make sure to wait for that. My stand is called 505. 505! It's a close range stand, and I can attribute the stats similar to sticky fingers, but it's got a second mode, right? And that's the cool part. So my stand has another mode. It can convert itself into electromagnetic data and travel through digital network signals, no analog signals, and then connect to like a smart device, phone, tablet, Apple Watch, boombox, whatever has a signal, like a Wi-Fi signal, Bluetooth, blah, 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 everything that has a digital network signal. My stand is able to travel quite far, say like a few miles maybe max, right? The further it is, the weaker it is, but it can temporarily hijack the device. So it's kind of like a Trojan horse. I can like call that phone that I'm inside of, but my stand can reconstruct its body through the digital emitting blue light from the smart device, right, from the display, so the phone screen, and it can manifest itself through the screen. So it can basically like, it can appear in a hologram form. Stand users will be able to see like my hologram form, but they can't hit through it. So it's kind of like Mario from My Hero Academia, Lemillion. So I can like turn off like physicality and like, what's it called, translucence, or like, I don't know what's called. It can like come out of the phone screen basically. It has like a range limit, so around like 2 meters of how far it can leave the device. If the signal's weak, my stand can be a bit like glitchy, inaccurate, less powerful, and just weaker and slower. So yeah, you can like call the phone, for example, turn it off, turn it on. As long as there's a signal, it can do stuff. The weaker the signal, the slower, less accurate, and less powerful my stand is. And the way the stand user is able to see through like the stand, because when it's in like the long range mode, the way I see through my stand is I spawn like AR goggles or some shit, I don't know. Stand shit, stand ability. And I'm able to see through radio wave reflection. I'm able to track like objects, movements through radio wave reflections. You can actually already do this with like Wi-Fi router signals. It's kind of crazy how you can do that. And so I can see through these waves through like AR goggles. Yeah, that's how I see in that long range mode. Yo! What kind of stand user would have this stand? So I actually made like a character for part 9, because I'm not going to talk about myself. You don't. So let's alright, let's imagine this stand user is a shut-in, right? Maybe they were originally from Japan and their family moved over to Hawaii. But this stand user, he doesn't like grass. He prefers living in the digital world. You see where I'm going? So 505 manifested from his desire to live in a digital world. This stand gives this user like this instant gratification. So for example, if the user, right, they're in a ranked lobby or something, they're playing a game, and they're getting really angry and they want to punch through the screen. They want to punch that person through the screen. They're getting really angry at them. They can punch them through the screen with 505, right? We all wanted to do that, right? We're playing the game and it's like the opponent's so toxic or like so rage-inducing, and we just want to strangle their neck, like Brawlhalla. If you want to play Brawlhalla, you need to be 18 plus for sure. That's a very like mental health deteriorating game. Or if he's in public transport, right? He's on the bus or the metro, the train. He's on the bus. Someone's playing loud music, or then maybe they're having a phone call and they're like loud. Send 505. Turn that shit off. Simply put it, just turn that off. So here's a scenario. This stand user going up against the part 9 gang, right? So the part 9 gang, they're driving in the city, right? Some city in Hawaii. One of the drivers, they're on their phone while driving. Not good. Shouldn't do that. Something is wrong with his device, right? Maybe he gets a phone call. He's like, "What's wrong?" And then out of nowhere, he gets punched, and that leads them to crashing. You know what? This is a lesson for us. This is a lesson for the audience. Do not be distracted while driving. Don't be on your phone while driving, okay? So we're already sending a good message for the youth, yeah? They crash in the city. They're injured, but they're not dead. They leave the car, and the public, what do they do? You know what the public does? Oh, a crash just happened. Oh my god, guys, a crash just happened. Oh my god. They get their phones, and now what happens? They have to go through the crowd, leave the area while getting absolutely plummeted from like who knows where. Like, oh my god, I'm getting hit. They don't know why they're getting hit, but they start thinking, they put their thinking caps on. It all started when he checked his phone, and we're getting plummeted by people who have their phones out. So their idea is to, okay, we need to get out of this place. They're running out of the city, and then there's like a advertisement, right, or some like TV, plasmic, whatever you call it. 505 comes out of the TV and punches them again, also through the glass, and like cuts some of them. So now the gang has to get out of the city. One of the Part 9 gang, they can basically duplicate items, if I remember correctly. So they run to a bike shop, they duplicate the bike and they steal it, and they cycle out of the city as much as they can, yeah, through the main roads, right? They just cycle through the city trying to avoid cars. And what's this? Someone's driving a Tesla car. Oh no! I take control of the Tesla car. Well, how do they get out of it? I don't know. I don't have all the answers, honestly. They somehow have to dodge the Tesla car. They finally make it to like some countryside area, or maybe like a park away from devices, right? They're just like, okay, how do you beat the stand user? So the stand user finally shows up. It's the guy that wields 505. But how did he find them, right? But how did the stand user find them? I'll get to that in a second. So the stand user, he throws something at them and surrounds them in like a circle or triangle, and his phones on the floor. So they're like landmines, basically. They're trapped in like very expensive, but they're trapped in this circle of phones. Yeah, the stand user, they throw phones on the floor. They can't get out, they can't move. And now they're wondering, like, what? How do you even find us? One of them checks their wrist. Apple Watch on my wrist. Ice on my wrist. When did this happen? Must have been during a car crash or something, right? My stand attached the Apple Watch during their like escape or during the crash. They destroyed the device. I think also the smaller the display, the weaker the stand. So now they're stuck in a circle. What do we do? How do you get out of it? I actually don't know how they beat it, but good luck to them, honestly. But I think 505 really fits the world that it's in. And okay, so where did I get this inspiration? So the head is from Ninjago. So yeah, it's kind of like a digital ninja design, right? Because it can just like choo through the multiple devices. It's from Prime Empire, that design. It's got like keyboard keycaps on the fist saying 505, so that's cool. It's kind of got like a Frutiger Aero kind of feel to this stand. I know Hirohiko Araki, his stands aren't really like the typical Part 3 to 5. They don't have like that full body anymore in most of the designs that I've seen. But I was very heavily inspired by Part 3 to 5, and very heavily inspired by like, so how are stands made? They're kind of like a reflection of the person. Stand user, he's a very really likes his digital devices and like wants to escape into that world. And 505, what song is that from? Arctic Monkeys, 505. What is that song about? Wanting to return to like a familiar place. What is that familiar place? The digital world. You know what? Let me know what your designs are. Yeah. That's it. See ya.